Hey guys, it's FifaRalle here and welcome to a St. Patrick's Day squad builder around the squad I used in the Keen Classic tournament or the St. Patrick's Day tournament, and it also featured the goals I managed to score. So in the net we do have Shay Given. Now I did start out with Westwood, but he was not a very good keeper, and I tried to get the green cards of the silver players, but they were just impossible to get on the market because they were just sold instantly. So I didn't get any of the silver players, the green versions of the cards. But we do have the green O'Shea, and to be fair, he's not the best centre back. He did perform alright in the tournament, but I'd say playing him outside the tournament, he will struggle for real. But in the tournament, he was alright, pairing him up with the Gunning on the centre back spot. The defense was alright, it was alright. Then we have Garmston on the left back spot. I've used him in Ultimate Upgrade and I knew he was a good left back to use, and pretty much every single squad I faced had McGeady on the right wing, so he would always run up against Garmston and Garmston just closed him down over and over. So a very good left back there. And on the right back spot we do have the green Coleman, and to be fair, all these green cards doesn't change the stats or anything. I guess they're just sort of limited versions of the regular gold cards in some way. So I guess in some way, as Foot is both playing but it's also sort of collecting these cards, this is sort of cool to try and pick up. I got McCarthy in on the right centre mid spot, and yeah, he was actually very good as a bit of a defensive midfielder, and he also scored a nice little shot from distance for me, and he might be a player I'll use more in the future to link up with McGeady. On the left centre mid spot we do have Houlihan, and he was fun to play with. 4-star skills, had a very good left foot on him, despite his shooting only being 67. He did score a pretty crazy shot for me. And then on the centre attacking mid spot we have a player I did not like at all. That was Keane. I wanted to try him out, but he was so bad to play with. He felt pretty clumsy on the ball when I tried to sort of use the 3-star skill moves he now had, and the passing and stuff like that. I didn't really like him at all on the center attacking mid spot. Maybe I'd perform better on the striker spot, I don't know, but he was definitely not one of my favorite players in this squad. Now on the left wing we do have McLean, and that was yet one more of the players I wanted to get that green card off, but he was impossible to find on the market, so I went with his regular silver card. And yeah, he scored a few nice goals. He had 4-star skills, of course, which is quite nice, but the main man to score all the best goals was, of course, McGeady. 5-star skills, very fast, good dribbling, got a decent shot on him, and the 4-star weak foot. Very fun player to use in this tournament. And when you're sort of only allowed Irish players, he was not facing the toughest of defenses, so he was sort of able to break down a lot of opponents. And then of course we have Long on the top, 84 pace and some decent dribbling on him as well. Unfortunately only 3-star skills, but that's how it goes. It was still a pretty fun squad to play with overall, but you could feel if I played with a different squad, like a regular gold squad with some more solid players, when I jumped onto this side, it could be a little bit frustrating at times because the passing was not always spot on, and the decision making from the AI was a little bit questionable at times. So I'd say for the tournament, this squad was pretty good. And this was probably one of my favorite goals I managed to score with them. A nice little passing sequence, just first time passes back and forth before we actually end up finding Houlihan. It goes back and forth so many times into the box, the back heel, and then Houlihan, he smashes in from the outside of the box. It was just a nice little pass and move sequence, probably the best one I got going with this team, because very often, as I said, the passing and just the squad overall was not that reliable when you play with, your normal gold squad. So yeah, it was very often my passing was not spot on with the team. But for the tournament, as I said, the squad was pretty good, and especially with McGeady and Long and McLean going forward, you had a very strong threat to try and break down your opponent's defense. And McGeady was definitely the star player of the squad, scoring definitely the most goals. He was the top goal scorer by far, and yeah, just as I said, you were not really up against the toughest of defenses, so with his pace and his 5-star skills, he could easily break them down and score some good goals. And I kind of like the midfield apart from Keane. Houlihan and McCarthy were really good in the midfield. They could both shoot from distance and pretty good at closing the play down, especially McCarthy. Houlihan was probably not the best defensive player, but he still performed quite alright. And finally, we do have a Long here with a few goals to score with him. A nice little heel shot there over the line, and he did actually score yet another little heel shot for me here. It was like dinged over the defense, just on the edge of offside, and a cheeky shot around the keeper. And that is pretty much all the goals for the video. I managed to win the tournament, and I went into a second run of the tournament as well, but unfortunately I couldn't win it because I got booted off the servers. But anyways, guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy it, and that is pretty much all. Thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.